everybody, Gannon here, joined by Dylan.
Hello.
And we also have a special guest today. This is our first guest on the OnePod podcast. Unfortunately, it is Fronky, so say hello, Fronky.
How dare you.
So Fronky's here with us today. We are going to be reviewing chapter 989 of the One Piece manga. Came out earlier this week. We're going to be starting on the cover page here. We're just going to jump straight into it. So we have a continuation of the Gang Bege's Oh My Family cover page story, which is probably one of the most boring cover page storylines of all time. I could really give a fuck what happens between Lola, Chiffon, and Pound. It is really surprising to me that they haven't wrapped this up already. So it seems that Pound is trying to give evidence that he is actually their father through a very small picture in a locket of, it seems Lin is kicking him out after she's birthed the children, which is typical behavior from her. She just kind of, fucks who she chooses, spawns children, and then kicks the baby daddy out. But let's actually get on to the first page here. We see last chapter, by the way, let's just start here. I don't think anybody was expecting, right? Because we were like, okay, Big Mom's showing up. Luffy's either got to have a small scuffle with her or she's got to be distracted by somebody. And we were talking about this a couple chapters ago. But I don't think anybody fucking thought that the Straw Hats would be the one to do it. Their confidence this arc, and as of recent, is just off the chain. So here in the top left, Dylan actually made a quick comment before recording this about how Luffy referred to Yamato as a he. So Luffy's actually respecting pronouns here, 2020. That's what we like to see. Very PC of him. Not really much going on in the first page besides the fact that they're commenting that Franky actually just kind of rode on Big Mom's face. And by the way, at any time here, either of you would like to make a comment, you could just jump in. I'm just saying that for Franky's sake, because I don't know if you've seen any of the podcast. Now we're going on to the next page. Luffy is stretching out his arms, and Big Mom, she looks really pissed. She looks royally pissed.
Mad salty.
Super fucking salty.
She looks different than usual, honestly. I was a pretty big fan of the panel where she's looking downwards, because she just looks a lot different than usual.
Oh, for sure. Because here's what we've had from her. We've had a hunger pang rampage from Big Mom, but we've never had a rampage from Big Mom when she's fully conscious. And she's really ready to go out and beat people's asses. But it is quite short-lived. Because as you could see here, Jinbei and Robin pull off a fucking stunt that I couldn't have seen at all. I did not expect this from them. Big Mom makes a comment. She's like, the one after the other, you ants just keep popping up. Straw Hat crew. And, she's really, really fucking pissed at the Straw Hats. It looks like it's Big Mom v Straw Hats right now. At the bottom here of this page, Hyogoro makes a comment about how they should focus their efforts on the dinosaur pirates known as the Flying Six in order to slow them down. And me and Dylan have spoken about this, but I will say that the one thing that has been the biggest disappointment so far is the Flying Six, the Toby Roppo. Because the only people we've seen truly fight are Page One and Ulti. Ulti's whole kit and dinosaur form is rather boring. She just headbutts stuff really strongly, and she's been wrecked multiple times. Page One, on the other hand, is boring as well. I mean, I think I made a comment about this in a previous chapter review, but we were all so hyped for Wano and everything, but the true the truth of this arc is that everybody has a zone. And not only that, they just have fucking dinosaur zones. And that was really lame to me. That the only person who could potentially have a mythical zone, because we've also spoken about this, I think that Kaido's fruit could possibly not be mythical. But the only buddy with an actual cool zone in this entire arc is Kaido, and then also Yeah, Orochi.
And Marco.
I mean, Marco's already been established. We're talking about, like, new fruits. Orochi's fruit is also kind of cool, but he's Orochi. Nobody likes him. So, yeah, they're all just kind of dinosaurs. They're a little bit boring. I really only expect the commanders to put on, like, a really good show. You know, like a Kaku-level show where they use their fruits intelligently. In fact, we've already seen that with King and Sanji, and then also we'll see later this chapter, Queen's neck is fucking long as shit. But anyways, yeah, that's just what I would like to talk about right there. Go down to the next page, and we see Big Mom just talking to Brooke, and she's also talking to Franky. And I don't know how about you guys feel about this, but in my head, for the longest time, the Yonkos have just been so hyped up that I just kind of see them as gods. Like, most people are beneath them. And realistically, I would have just imagined Big Mom to start running towards them and beating the ever-living shit out of them and deleting them. But as we could see, Big Mom's actually kind of not going to do that. She's actually kind of like a slightly dopey, realistic character who gives unnecessary monologues before getting anything done.
I mean, she's been shit on since she was originally relevant, which was barely at that, and it's just been continued to be a meme. I mean, it's pretty bad. I'm pretty pissed off about it because while I've always been the least hyped about Big Mom as far as the Yonko go, this is just falling so short of my expectations. This is disrespectful
to her character.
It's an abomination. I mean, it really is. I mean, she got ran over by fucking Franky last chapter, and that is panning out to be just what happened. So it's pretty bad.
Big Mom is the character who like took a King Kong, like not a King Kong, but a Kong gun, and then Luffy passed out by just having contact with this woman, right? So she should be able to pick Franky up and crush him like a grape. I mean, but she just doesn't do it. She is actually an unintelligent character.
Well, that goes without saying. I mean, fuck.
She is an extremely unintelligent character. She is so brawn over brains. It is crazy. And I think I make a comment, like, for the past 10 chapters, or every chapter that she's shown up. And I think I named the last episode of this podcast just More Big Mom BM. That's, like, her name. BM, Big Mom.
No, it's bad. It's really bad.
It's fucking bad. While I am hype that the Straw Hats are like fucking contesting like a Yonko confidently and like kind of toying with her, like, should they be able to do this at the same time? I feel like perhaps I've had unrealistic standards for what these characters should be able to achieve. Maybe I've overhyped them. Do you know what I mean? Like, you see the Yonkos as the 4 strongest pirates in the world. These are fucking gods. I mean, you see Katakuri, the first commander of Big Mom, have this insane fucking crazy, like, light speed fight sequence with Luffy, dude. They're teleporting all around using Soru and shit. It is a fight to the death.
I mean, it's an embarrassment in every way it possibly could be. It's an embarrassment to top Yonko commanders. It's an embarrassment to Yonkos. It's an embarrassment to admirals, which are basically the parallels, as far as I'm concerned, to the Yonkos in the Marines. And then it's an embarrassment to the entire series. I mean, the Yonkos should be super unbelievably powerful, possibly intelligent. I mean, fuck, I would say that they should be, but I guess they don't necessarily have to be, so whatever, and that should be made up in some way, shape, or form. But no, we have Big Mom, who is also the only female Yonko, by the way, so again, you would expect Oda, the god himself, to be like, yeah, we're going to make her really surprised, because she's going to seem kind of dumb, she's going to seem kind of just all brawn over brain, but no, there's going to be something going on. And no, there's nothing fucking going on. It's ridiculous. Oh man, wow. Big Mom has just been a huge letdown for me. I don't want to get too into that because we're talking about the chapter, but yeah, that's been fucked for me.
I think I'll make a final comment on this. At this point, dude, like in the story, the only thing like Big Mom really does is just produce useless homies, which are like worse than fodder.
And
right?
significantly more intelligent than her, by the way. So
yeah,
that going for them.
Like, the real advantageous part of her fruit is that she's actually able to use parts of her soul to create extra abilities that are like, holy shit, these could be fruits of their own, right? Like, being able to manipulate and control fire and electricity and lightning. Like, that's crazy. But the thing is that she just produces Zeus and Prometheus, and then she gets them fucking stolen half the time. And she's just... Oh my gosh.
It's bad.
It's really bad. We need to have some form of redemption. I need to see her, like, kill somebody. I need to see her, like, kill a bunch of people, dude. Like, this is bad. She's literally... This is the woman who kills people for not showing up to her tea parties, and I have yet to see her kill anybody.
No, it's really bad. I mean, it's
Remember
awful.
The opening scene, Fronky, when she rips the soul lifespan from her own son?
It's so amazing. It's like, oh my god, wow, okay, that's...
But the thing is,
wow.
Dude,
right.
it was really alluded that dude was fucking dead and she just killed her own son. But at the end of Whole Cake, you could see him in a small panel. He was still alive.
I understand. It's bad.
It's so disrespectful. So yeah, let's move on to the next page. We don't need to get off.
We're done. We're done here. We're done
here with Big Mom. We've grilled her enough. Yeah, and Brooke and Frankie are just talking to this bitch like their confidence is off the chain.
I wanted to make a comment about that. To my knowledge, at least, I might not be remembering this correctly, but this is like the first time Frankie is like really seeing Big Mom, right?
I believe so.
And he's just like, he doesn't give a single fuck. He's like, all right, let's go. Like, come on, dude, come at me.
That's maybe the Frankiest thing he's done since the time skip, because I swear to God, dude, not only his appearance changed, like, after the time skip, like, I feel like pre-time skip Frankie and post-time skip Frankie are oftentimes two different people. Their behavior is a little bit different, or maybe it's just, like...
Man, I don't know if I can agree with that. I mean, my opinion has been that post-time skip Frankie has just been absolutely shafted. I mean, he's been put in positions where he can't live up to what he's supposed to be. I mean, fucking in Punk Hazard, like halfway through the arc, he's ordered to just go sit on the Sunny and protect it. And when finally someone actually shows up to do something, he just destroys them. He pulls out Samurai Frankie for the first time, and it's fucking awesome. And okay, cool. But no, he doesn't really get to have any out of nowhere, hands-on, Frankie-ish action. And finally, now he's given the opportunity, and he immediately is the center of the chapter. I mean, he is the most interesting thing that's happened except for the final page.
Oh, I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that at all. I think my argument is more like Frankie's introduction. He was an underworld figure. He was kind of an unethical guy. He was kind of a minor villain, in fact.
No, he was a villain, yes.
Yeah, he was like a villain. And then now the Frankie that we see post-time skip, for one thing, like, I think everybody knows that I'm not a fan of his post-time skip design. Like, I feel like it's inferior to his pre-time skip. But I just feel like he's always super fucking happy and cheerful and just like the comic relief character like 100% of the time. And I just feel like that's not really what I want from him. Like, I would much rather see Frankie actually like get down in the dumps at some point, or see a little bit of that reflection of kind of like a minor villain character. Like, this dude is literally like happy, goofy, and just like ecstatic all the time. And I just think that it's not really lining up. And I would like to see him, act a little bit different at some point. That's just how I feel about him. But yeah, no, I totally agree with you, Fronky. He is the highlight of this chapter. Mm-hmm. I did not expect this. I couldn't have seen this coming from miles away. Dude literally straight up sees a Yonko running towards him. I don't think she's running. I think she's just got her sword in her hand, actually. I thought that was like the pumping motion.
Up on him.
But she stanced up on him. Straight up radical beam! Let's pop out the radical beam! And, yeah, actually, I don't know. Oh, wait, yeah, no. Okay. I was going to say, I don't know why he chose to shoot the... We'll get to the next page, but on the next page, he shoots a member of the Numbers. And I was like, well, why does he do that instead of Big Mom? It's because one of the numbers actually has the Brachio
Yeah, he wants to
tank
get
in his
Usopp
hands.
and Chopper.
Yeah, and also the numbers are insanely huge. We learn
Yeah, very large for
they're
sure.
so fucking big. They compare them to the giant demons that were seen around the midst of Thriller Bark that they saw. That we still to this day, I don't think have found their true identity out. Like that's still like a secret, right? We in
Well,
agreement?
they're like confirmed to exist, but as to what they actually are, no, we have very
Like, yeah, we
almost
don't know.
no
Are you
information.
talking
We
about
don't like it's never. I'm talking about the shadowy figures
Like, out in
they
the
saw
ocean?
around Thriller Bark. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't believe we ever truly
No,
found
I
out
think
what
there's
those
still
were.
a mystery. I'm pretty sure.
And
Yep.
we haven't even got any hints. Like they just kind of like made that happen and fucked off with it. And then right here, Frankie says that it reminds him of Thriller Bark, and that they say they're as big as oars. So these things have to be fucking huge
Yeah.
because oars is ginormous. And we learn, Oda really likes to just pop up with like races every now and then. Lin Lin says that they are experiments as a result of trying to recreate the ancient giant race. So there's just a whole bunch of ancient shit in the world of One Piece that Oda just kind of pulls out of his ass. And I think what I'm really excited to know is more about King and his true identity. I feel like that's the thing that I'm most curious in concerning races in One Piece as of this moment. But we get to see a pretty cool panel of the numbers there. They're large and everything, like, they're fodder busters, but they don't seem like they would be typically, like, too much of a challenge for, like, the stronger Straw Hat members.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's exactly how it is, which is both cool and unfortunate at the same time, I guess. I don't know, it's kind of weird. It's One Piece.
I just think, like, there's always that, even at the War of the Best, and then, like, even at Punk Hazard, they have these miscellaneous, just giant characters that are meant to show up and just get shit on in the first 10 minutes. Like, it happened at Marineford with, like, a Navy captain and Whitebeard. He just absolutely shit on. He's like, I'm gonna take on Whitebeard. He gets fucked up. Same thing happens right here. Frankie uses the Radical Beam on a member of the Numbers on the next page here, and his name is Giaki. And that translates to like a number, numeral, and then also something else. But yeah, he shoots him straight in the fucking face with the Radical Beam, so I would assume this guy's like dead or like down for the count for the next month. And everybody's like, whoa, a laser beam? And Big Mom comments about how, was it a good idea to shoot it over there, Iron Man? And Frankie, at this point, he does get a little bit, like, concerned, because there is a Yonko here about to swing a lethal object at him. And she's absolutely fucking-enormous, but oh, boy! Oh, boy! So, okay, I'm just gonna say what happens, and then I'm gonna give my 2 cents on it. Jinbei comes out of fucking nowhere, like the dog he is, grabs Big Mom's forearm, and then in combination with Nico Robin does a whirlpool shoulder throw plus the Fjör, and they pull basically what Nico Robin did to that fat dude on Sky Island, if you remember. Basically just pulls the rolling hand thing and sends her away. Like, actually sends her out of the hall, and then this really cool kind of like strip panel across the next page. Big Mom looks really goofy being rolled, by the way.
I love
the strip
it.
Panel, the strip panel on the next page, she says, Jinbei, you bastard. How dare you abandon my crew? You're on my list of people to kill. And Big Mom, I bet you do have a fucking list, because you never get around to actually killing anybody on the damn list, dude. Like, oh my god. And then Jinbei, this is maybe like his third really hard comment to Big Mom. He's like, try if you'd like. So even he's fucking BMing Big Mom, dude. Everybody is. It's just the Big Mom BM train. And she just gets thrown out of the, basically the banquet hall. But here's what I am going to say here. And this goes back to when I was making a comment on, like, I feel like the Yonko have always been gods, right? Like, they've just been hyped up to be supreme beings. And I just, like, something like this seemed unrealistic to me in my mind, But I guess maybe my expectations have been too high. Because I guess in the grand scheme of pirates fighting each other, like, this doesn't seem impossible. Like, why shouldn't Nico Robin be able to do something like this?
It really doesn't.
In my mind, I never expected something like this to happen. Like, oh, this can't happen to a Yonko. It's untouchable.
Yeah.
But it happened.
Mm-hmm.
And then it got me thinking, like, holy shit, have I been just doing this the whole time with One Piece? Like, have I really been overhyping these characters up this much? Like, somebody like Mihawk, I expect to be able to cut up, like, all of Marineford if he wanted to. Like, if he didn't have any opposition, he could just cut Marineford up into little pieces and everything. And he's just like a god, and nobody will ever beat him in a sword fight. But I think that when we actually get that sword fight between Mihawk and Zoro, it is not going to be as cool as I envision it in my head. Just because, really, like, this is One Piece, and it is really just like pirates fighting. And there needs to be some sort of realistic... You don't agree?
I agree with you, but I'm saying, like, I feel like when we eventually get the Mihawk Zoro sword fight, I think it's gonna be cool as fuck.
It's going to be
it's not just
cool
pirates fighting; it's two swordsmen fighting. You know?
Listen, it's going to be cool as fuck from a story perspective, but from like an action perspective, I think is going to be lacking. I'm just gonna call it here because I was expecting
I'm not buying that.
Yeah.
Dude, I was expecting the Wano War to be okay. We have Luffy and all his fucking allies. We got, like, Yonko commander level people. We got Marco coming in. We got all these people coming in against two fucking gods on the other side of the lineup. This is gonna be absolutely crazy. And then, really, it's just like, okay, Jinbei throws Big Mom, and then Nico Robin covers her in hands and wheels her off out of the room. Sure, they didn't defeat her, but, like, I mean, the only reason that they're able to do that is because it's within a realistic spectrum of, like, pirates fighting. And I just think that I maybe in my head I inflate and I have just too high expectations for these high-level characters. That's what I'm trying to get at. How do you feel?
I agree with you part of the way, because I feel like, I definitely feel like they maybe have been overhyped a little bit. But I feel like when it comes down to it, like, in this situation, like, let's say, like, Nico Robin didn't, like, roll Big Mom all the way to who knows where, and she was, like, still there, and she was able to, like, counterattack. I feel like because Jinbei and, like, Nico Robin, like, got the first move in on her while she was, like, trying to attack Franky, contributes a lot to her being able to, like, just kind of get tossed aside like this. But I feel like if she were still there and able to counterattack, I feel like it'd like, be done with pretty quickly.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, dude, she has the ability to crush both Jinbei and Nico Robin. Like if she had them in her hands, like, she just crushed them, right? She's insanely strong. That's pretty much what Big Mom is at this point. Like, if Big Mom gets her hands on you, you're dead, but most of the time she just doesn't get her hands on you. But I just think, like, the combination of all the Big Mom BM and then also what I'm seeing on the page here leads me to believe that I'm potentially, in my head, overhyping the capabilities of these characters. But yeah, that's just what I wanted to get off, because that's what that scene made me feel. But at the same time, I'm also super happy to see the main Straw Hat lineup actually, like, contributing.
Yeah,
like this.
I'm really happy about that too. I'm loving that we're seeing, like, some, like, actual action from, like, Robin.
How do you feel, Fronky? I'm curious to know. Oh, sorry, Dylan.
You're good.
So at first I was kind of seeing it as the same Big Mom disrespect that I was talking about like 10 minutes ago. But at the same time, I mean, it's instigated by Jinbei, who is extremely powerful as well, and of course can't stand a chance 1v1 against Big Mom. But he should be able to get in a decent lick, you could say. And then I shouldn't say I always seen, but I've come to see Robin as kind of like an offensive support, in the sense that she can aid people in offensive tactics. So to have Jinbei kind of toss Big Mom off her feet and then have Robin just capitalize on that doesn't seem it's not breaking my suspension of disbelief. It might be a little bit far-fetched, but it's not too crazy, and I definitely like the cooperation between the Straw Hats. So I'm either neutral or slightly happy with how that all went down.
For sure.
Yeah.
Especially on the next page here, this panel going across the top.
Definitely the next page. Yeah,
The
love
next,
it.
the next panel going on the top, this interaction between Nico and Jinbei. Robin looks over to Jinbei, and she's like, how did I do? And he's like, waha, better than I could have imagined. She'll be coming back even angrier. Get ready. So, dude, Jinbei is just like the fan service character that we never got from Law. Like, an actual like person who's strong, has a title, shows up, joins the Straw Hats, but then also contributes hella and is like nice and respected and cool all the time. Like, dude, he's the ultimate fan service character. So whenever I see this guy do stuff, like, I'd be hard-pressed to find a motherfucker that doesn't like Jinbei.
Oh, Jinbei's great. He's amazing.
Hate him.
Dude, he's great.
I'm just kidding.
Over here on the next page, it says, well, not on the next page, but the next panel, it says, why is Knight of the Sea Jinbei here? He is a former warlord, and isn't he also the captain of the Fisherman Pirates? They start spitting his accolades.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
They just start straight spitting his accolades. It is so cool to see such a prominent pirate just join the Straw Hat crew, and then, obviously, at the end of the chapter, I'm not going to even talk about it right now, but it definitely relates to this. Come in, Commander Chopper. They're talking to him. Usopp is fucked up, but as soon as he says it is time for docking, which means that they're going to create the General Franky soldier, or they're like going to make like some super Megazord or something, like even better, because I think they have like everything out. But I don't know if everything goes into the General Franky. I can't remember.
I think everything goes into the General Franky, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so they're just going to do General Franky.
Yeah.
It would be cool. I expect General Franky to have some kind of, like, a samurai upgrade. Like, I want him to have a samurai helmet and, like, sword or something. I really hope Franky put in some modifications for the Wano arc. And if he didn't, I'm going to be real big sad big time. Then we come here, we see my favorite of the commanders, Queen.
Disagree, but...
Who's your favorite?
Go on.
Is it King?
It's gotta be King. I mean, come on.
Listen, dude, the thing is that King... Dude, King
I love Queen. I love Queen, but King is just...
Listen,
I think
dude,
we have
King
to see more from King. Yeah, we have to see more from King.
Besides that fucking metal-ass moment where he just threw Shinobu, like, just punted her, like, that was really cool, but we really haven't seen enough. And also he, like, you know, kind of flipped Big Mom's crew off, but I haven't seen enough from King to make me like him yet, because he's kind of quiet.
Yeah, I agree.
But Queen, on the other hand, at this moment standing, Queen has been the most prominent commander. Queen is an actual funny character. Like, Queen.
No, I hear you.
Makes
Queen
me laugh.
is absolutely amazing. I despise his character design, and complete vice versa for King.
Oh, okay. I agree that King's is better.
Yeah.
I agree that King's is better, but I feel like I still like Queen's design. It's almost fitting.
Mm-hmm. I like Queen's.
I feel like it's a good contrast because you kind of have that more serious pirate in the form of Jack. Like, he looks more like his position entails, and then you have King, who looks like he's like Katakuri level badass with his gimp suit on. But Queen, on the other hand, is a good contrast to that because he's kind of Okama-ish. He's fat. I like him. I like Queen for sure, and he's also got like a robotic arm, I think, or hand. And then, yes, here we go, Luffy, Zoro time.
Yeah, that's a really good time.
Hey, Luffy, it's you. Zoro, where are you headed? And they're like, yeah, we're going straight to Kaido. And he's like, I'll come towards you. Oh, well, I'll come with you. And Queen's like, where the fuck you guys going? They're just ignoring him. Luffy launches himself and Kaido up towards the sky. And this is when the chapter really gets fucking... Oh, and Kaido. Did I say and Kaido?
Mm-hmm.
That's a little bit fried. But he launches himself and Zoro up towards the hole in the ceiling. And, like, when they... You know, they're obviously being delayed from getting up to the ceiling. But when they do get up there, like, I think we all understand that Kaido might have a few scratches on him and that everybody else is going to be laid out like a pancake, like the 5 Kage versus Madara type beat. I feel like that's really what's going to happen. Yeah, actually.
I agree.
What do you think, Fronky? What do you think we're going to see when you get up there?
I mean, it's going to change a lot since, like, whatever's going on right now is going on now, and they're not going to get there right now. And then when they do get there, you know.
Well, what I'm trying to say is I really don't think the Minks are going to do shit.
Well, I mean, what I'm saying is, like, I'm not convinced that, well, it does. If it's One Piece, then that probably will be the case. But I would like to think that, like, when they finally are able to get to Kaido, he's not going to be on the top. Like, he is going to somehow have gotten launched down somewhere. Maybe in the middle of the fucking country. I don't know. Like, maybe he got launched across the country, and I don't know. I just feel like I don't like the idea of they just got to work. It's like Dressrosa all over again. I'm just
where they got to work themselves to the top.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they have to fight there.
It's just, please don't do that. I mean,
dude, I feel like that.
know.
Dude, they're really making this roof like kind of a big deal. Like Luffy's been trying to go up here for the last couple chapters.
I know.
I think what's gonna happen. He's gonna get up there. He's gonna see all the Minks laid out, like, you know, it's a fucking breakfast at IHOP, dude. They're all gonna be pancaked on the floor. They're gonna be fucked by Kaido. They really didn't do shit in the Sulong. Dude, that's what I really want to happen, because I do not like the Sulong form. I think it's one of the corniest things in One Piece. I think every time anybody makes a video about Sulong and, like, hypes it up, it's cringy. I really don't like the Sulong form. I would really like to see all the Sulong Minks get their shit laid out flat. And I think Luffy's gonna get up there, they're gonna be pissed, and then him and Kaido are gonna have, like, their final battle, and then, like, Kid and what is it? Yeah, fucking Law. Law might show up, and they're gonna, like, do a little trio on Kaido and assist Luffy, but Luffy's gonna do most of the work, like he did at Dressrosa. So I think it might be a Dressrosa Part 2, unfortunately. We'll see, though. I mean, a lot of these things that have been happening lately are very unpredictable. Like, for instance, the Straw Hats literally, like, fighting Yonko level characters. But yeah, they launch themselves up to the roof, and Queen's neck is so fucking long and muscular. I said, wait, you idiots thought I'd just let you go? And, dude, Queen looks a lot bigger in this form than he's done previously. Because I think last time he was in this form, prominently,
he
it
looks
was
enormous.
at the prison. It was at the prison, and he was getting his shit flung around by Big Mom. And that right there was the only part in this entire, like, last 2 arcs where they give Big Mom any props, is when she effortlessly flung around that second commander, Queen. I don't even think she was, like, regular Big Mom. I think she was, like retard, like, memories lost Big Mom, and she still, like, beat Queen's ass. So that's the only time in the last 2 arcs where I feel like they've really even given her a shred of respect. But yeah, here's the next page, and this is the part where it's like, this is fucking crazy. Because I swear to God, those are Skypeans or something.
Yeah, there's
like
Baby. There he is.
Is that actually him? Like, the dude that used, like, the balls from Skypea?
I don't know what you're talking. I'm just talking about King.
Oh, King? Okay. I thought you were talking about that guy with the wings to the right, because he resembles that fat Skypean who used the orbs.
Are you talking about Hattori?
Dude, there's no way I remember his fucking name.
I think that's his name. Hold on.
Yeah. So, it's either that these people are all, like, Smile bird users or something, or I think that dude with the wings and the arms got to be, like, a legit Skypean or something, dude. Come on. But yeah, there's a lot of, like, Smile winged users, and it seems that they are directly under the command of King, because King obviously seems to be, like, the Ariel type boy. But yeah, King also looks fucking huge. Like, they both look really fucking big right now. And King is actually not a typical pterodactyl. He's like a petrodon or something. I don't know. But he's like a big-ass pterodactyl. Zoro and Luffy, really cool panel here. It doesn't look like they'll be letting us through. The sky here is guarded way too heavily. And a little panel, you see the numbers kind of fucking shit up below, and just kind of like a perspective view of everything that's going on. It seems that they're beginning the general Fronky docking with the Black Rhino standby and the Brachio head change. Then we finally get to see Sanji after his little scuffle with King, because he got his shit wrecked. There was no competition there. Momo, did he get away? Damn, it pisses me off, but I have to admit that this suit is really durable. And, Fronky, if you remember, I think they were making comments about how they were going to make modifications to the suit. Like, before all this shit went down. And I thought that means they were going to change the appearance of it, but the appearance of the suit is left unchanged. And if that's the case, and Sanji's just going to look like a Germa member from now on when he goes into battle mode, that's kind of lame. I would actually like to see them augment the suit, so, like, it's kind of minimalistic. Maybe what they were referencing there was that the suit, like, can transform back into his normal, like, regular Sanji suit whenever it wants. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I've had a lot of opinions about the Sanji suit. Basically, this is my way of seeing that Oda wants him to eventually adopt it into, like, his just straight up thing. Like, it's not really a trump card, it's just kind of what he does when he's getting serious. So,
like, in his arsenal.
It seems it's like he's gradually getting Sanji used to it, is the way I'm seeing it.
Okay. It's kind of like, it's a really part of his arsenal now. It's like Luffy in Gear Second, like, whenever he sees... Because as soon as he got Gear Second, it was, like, crazy cool and everything. But then, right after that, he just spammed it at every opportunity. It's like, okay, we're not even going to be, like... It's the same with all of his gears, really. As soon as he got Gear Fourth, we didn't really see much of Luffy, like, okay, let's see Luffy, like, fight this enemy. It's just like, okay, let's spam Gear Fourth every time. And yeah, so this suit is actually a part of Sanji's arsenal. It's going to be, like, what Sanji is now. He's, like, an invisible dude. I would just like to see the battle appearance of the suit be changed, because I don't like him looking like a Germa member. But hopefully that will happen eventually. Commander Chopper, who is acting as a distraction for us, just fell down here. That Straw Hat guy also just came flying down. Nothing but enemies as far as the eye could see. Even still, it doesn't feel like we're going to lose. Hyogoro is very much the wholesome old man character of this arc. He's really wholesome. He's a good guy. And then, obviously...
I just want to say something real quick about that. Is that I feel like Hyogoro saying that, it kind of gives me, like, bad vibes.
You just cut out real quick, so just...
I said Hyogoro saying that gives me bad vibes. That, something bad is going to happen, and, like, somewhat soon.
To everyone or him?
To, like, that it's gonna, like, change, not just to him, I mean, like, to, like, everyone, like, just that, like, okay, so, like, right now, they're obviously, like, they're doing pretty good, right? Like, they're on the offensive right now, I would say, and they're on the defensive.
Things cannot go as clean as we'd like them to.
Yeah, that's like, what I think there's gonna be something that's gonna happen, and that could be, possibly Kaido wiping out, like, most of the Minks in Sulong form or whatever it may be, but something is going to happen.
Discourage them.
Yeah, that's going to discourage them and, like, kind of, make their morale go down.
I see that coming from, like, 10 miles away, dude. It, like, happens all the time in fiction, in One Piece especially. Like, I mean, Marineford was going quite well before, I don't forget his name, like, Squired or something.
Squardo, something like that.
Squardo stabbed Whitebeard. I mean, there's got to be a dip somewhere. There's definitely got to be something unfortunate happening to the main characters. But with all that being said, we can all get erect now while we look at the final panel. Because I think Fronky made a comment about this before we started recording, but we have not seen all the Straw Hats together like this. And especially Jinbei, because he is now officially the new Straw Hat.
No, it's amazing, yeah.
It's fucking amazing.
How large Jinbei is, and it's like, yeah, he's here, baby. It's
like,
so good.
The Straw Hat crew is definitely like one of the best, most diverse, and coolest lineups in like all of fiction. Like, I feel like while all these characters are so different, they just fit together. They're the coolest pirate crew in the One Piece verse.
Of course.
By far.
Of course.
Of course.
Like, why wouldn't they be?
I would sure hope so.
Oh, and then another thing, see, I kind of just clowned myself because I was talking earlier about how I was like, oh, I really want General Fronky to have, like, a Wano get-up. He doesn't have it. I see it in this fucking panel right now. That's lame. Yeah, no, he just does, it just the normal
I
General
love
Frankie.
the General Frankie.
No, it looks cool.
It does need to change.
Dude, that's another thing you said before in this discussion, is that Frankie hasn't really been given his time to shine, dude. Dude, Frankie could have put like a samurai helmet or something, a little samurai motif on the General
That would
Frankie.
be pretty cool. Yeah, that would be pretty awesome.
I feel like that would have been like a nice detail.
Hey, I don't. This might just be on the scan that I'm reading, but look at Brooke.
He just looks a little bit weird, champ.
Yeah,
doesn't
just
he?
looks a little scuffed. Just a little
Looks
scuffed.
a little bit like a doo-wang. Yeah, no, he really looks like a child kind of drew him. If you're gonna have like this really cool spread of the Straw Hats, I would like to see Nico, Robin, and Brooke also like be detailed as well. Yeah. But you can only ask for so much from Oda.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Straw Hat Crew! I'm going to send Kaido flying. Well, I mean, Luffy, he usually flies like all the time. He's a flying dragon. I'll leave the rest of these guys to you. Watch my back. You got it. Leave it to us. And then in the bottom left corner, it is Queen and King. And this is it. It's happening. Dude, if this happens, like, my life will be complete. I truly believe this is alluding to the fact that Queen and King are going to be fighting Sanji and Zoro. Do you agree? Or do you disagree? I'm asking both of you. Any of you could speak up whenever you'd like.
You mean like right now?
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, like, I feel like Luffy saying that he's going to go up and beat Kaido's ass, and then also the combination of
Oh, yeah, I
King,
see what you mean.
also the combination of Queen and King having exclusively interactions with characters like Zoro and Sanji the last couple chapters, and then him saying, I'll leave the rest of these guys to you. Watch my back. I feel like that's just like, this is a huge foreshadowing for the fact that the only people who I could think of who are worthy to fight King and Queen are Zoro and Sanji.
Mm-hmm. Because
Typically in movie fashion, and then also in prior arcs, you know, before Dressrosa and everything, and before the time skip, they always got fucking split up. But it used to be Luffy took on Head Honcho, Zoro got number 2, and Sanji got number 3. And I want that to happen this arc. I need it to happen, or else I'm going to be salty. How do you feel about this, Fronky?
I mean, I basically agree. It's...
Zoro's
torn.
100% fighting King, but
Yeah,
like, are you torn on the fact that Sanji and Queen? Is that what you're torn on?
No, well, I mean, honestly, I don't know. It's so confusing to me. Like, Zoro should fight King, but I also believe that Zoro and Luffy are, like, almost evenly matched, so what the fuck is Luffy left with then?
Kaido.
Okay, those aren't, I mean, like, King and Kaido aren't even close to the same power level, so...
But what do you mean? I just don't know what you're trying to say here. Like, nobody else in this lineup, in this arc, is worthy of being Zoro's opponent but King. Like, can you think of anybody else better?
I mean, sure, but
And
then
you're
who's
like,
going to deal
what
with
is that?
Kaido?
Who's going to deal with Kaido is Luffy.
But Kaido is significantly stronger than King, and Luffy is not significantly stronger than Zoro. So...
Dude, Luffy is significantly stronger than Zoro now, probably, dude. Like, he's got future sight, he's got all this shit. And
I'm
he's
not
got...
buying it.
He's got advanced... Dude, listen, I'm a Zoro wanker, right? But, like, right
I
now...
know.
Dude, Zoro possibly came into the time skip stronger than Luffy. I've said this a couple times, but I think.
No, I've said it a million times on video,
dude.
and
I think,
for sure.
Dude, I think he came into the time skip stronger than Luffy, but I'm just saying here that Zoro has not had a first commander fight yet, whereas Luffy has. Luffy has had that stepping stone, but Zoro hasn't got that experience yet. That's why it's appropriate for him to be fighting King, because Luffy basically didn't win against Katakuri, if you remember. So Luffy had to have that kind of stepping stone, like you gotta feel a first commander before you become Yonko level. And so now, since then, Luffy has now pretty much mastered Future Sight, it seems. He can use it casually. And now he has, like, not just the advanced form of Haki where you could project shit, but he's got the advanced form where you could project it into, like, inside somebody and fuck them up. So I think it's totally appropriate for Zoro to be fighting King because he hasn't got that stepping stone yet of a first commander experience. And, I mean, obviously, like, dude, Luffy has been just spouting off about how he's going to be kicking Kaido's ass for, like, years now. So it's got to be Luffy and Kaido. And then Jinbei is going to fight Jack, either that or if Neko and Inu can somehow get out of their fight with King, because I know Jack is up there with them, right? So, I mean, out of their fight with Kaido, sorry. But if they could get out of their fight with Kaido and maybe fight him, I don't know. I think Jinbei's fighting King. Or, no, Jinbei's fighting Jack. I think Sanji is going to be fighting Queen because they're both the comic relief characters. And then I think Zoro is going to be having a badass, very serious fight with King. And Luffy is going to be fighting Kaido along with some of his friends to be, like, support characters, possibly. But yeah, anybody else want to put their 2 cents in on that before we
I'm
start to wrap it
indifferent
up?
about your prediction for Jack, but
Who do you want to be fighting Jack?
I really don't know because, you know, if
There's-
Jinbei and Jack, you know, both fishmen, strongest fishmen, yada yada. But I don't know. I kind of want like Inu and Neko to fight Jack more than Jinbei. But
to wrap it up?
But yeah, but I also I don't know who that would like leave for Jinbei though. If you're like putting in this on like a pier, like who fights who.
Here's a possible like counter argument for that. Well, not really a counter argument, just kind of agreeing with you. In the sense, like, Sanji, Zoro, and Luffy are the real big three. Like, they're truly the big three. People have had many arguments about whether Jinbei or Sanji is stronger. I don't think it really matters.
Mm-hmm.
I think that you could possibly say that while I am searching for Sanji and Zoro to get those sick 1v1 fights with King and Queen, I don't think that has to happen to Jinbei, because Jinbei is already like an established strong character. He's a warlord. He doesn't necessarily need to fight Jack, but that's just my preference. I would like to see him fight Jack because, for one thing, they are both fishman. I feel like Jack is potentially the only character in the One Piece world who is like standing in Jinbei's way of being like the strongest fishman alive. And then, not to mention, Jinbei's moveset revolves around the manipulation of moisture, and it's Jack the Drought. So it's kind of like, you know, could be a cool matchup. But anyways, that's just how I feel. Any more comments from you, Dylan?
Nope.
Any more comments from you, Fronky?
I mean, I just basically agree with the fact that Jinbei is going to be fighting Jack, but no new information.
Gotcha. And what is since you're anime One Piece YouTuber too, what do you rate this chapter?
It's pretty fucking good. I'd say probably an 8.5.
Okay, I was literally gonna give the exact fucking same thing.
I'd say an 8.5.
Like, it's not worthy of a 9, but it's still just like it's
pretty
top tier.
good.
It's pretty top tier. What about you, Dylan?
I'd give it like 8.5. Maybe
All right.
8.3.
8.3.
Drop it down just a little bit lower.
Okay, I see you.
Yeah, pretty damn good.
All right. Well, anyways, guys, that was our chapter 989 review of the One Piece manga. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much to Fronky for being our first guest on the show. Yep, there he is. And if you enjoyed the video, please slap a like on it. If you have anything that you would like to share or discuss with us, please leave it down in the comments below. I will be sure to get back to you. If you are enjoying the content that you see on the channel, I'd be very flattered if you were to subscribe, and I will have to see you in the next one. Everybody say goodbye. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.